Now we're going. So, I'm going to suggest that your various archonic your justicas that you work for, have sent you to a location together to have a meeting for the moment. The deal is that basically the communications that you've received is that the Justicas are receiving a lot of pressure from the inner circle and from a number of different princes around the world about the fact that the red list hasn't really changed very much in the last 50 years, and they'd really like you to actually capture someone and or destroy them, and do something about that. You've been working on many other cases and many other things that are much more realistic to actually get done. But now they're like, okay, you need to do something about the people on the red list. Unless you can get one of them, we're gonna be looking pretty bad and poorly at the next conclave. So it's really a political thing. It's nothing to do with your work or anything like that. You guys have been doing great as far as you know. But yeah, this political pressure has turned over, and now they want the red list to move forward. So, whereabouts would you like this meeting to happen? Do either of you have a preference?
Ladies first.
Do you want to come to Japan? Okay, cool. Do you know much about Japan?
Yes.
I'm talking about Russell.
Me?
Yeah.
A fair amount. I mean,
he made me study.
I don't
Japan.
know that much about Japan. I know probably all the current pop culture stuff. I did spend like a year trying to learn Japanese a very long time ago, but I've never been to Japan. Yep, I studied jujitsu for a couple of years at one point. So, ich ni san, etc. So yeah, you must be our guide.
Yes. You are allied. My sire went to Japan.
That is also true.
Yes.
If you want to have conversation at my haven, my beautiful haven.
Well, tell us about your haven.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent, because I wrote this up before.
Phoenix is in the car right now up through, is it mountains, perhaps?
Oh, that'd be quite nice, but no.
No.
I live.
No.
I live where all the businesses, aka Tokyo.
Okay, so you're in the middle of Tokyo.
Yes.
All right.
I imagine it's quite a traditional place, just in the middle of Tokyo, surrounded by big buildings and business.
All right.
All that.
So where does he park? You can DM this part of the scenario.
Yeah, Shelley Park. Well, I'll have some of my, I guess, the people that work for me. They'll be able to show you to a place. It'll be within the compound. I imagine her having a compound.
It's a compound. Yeah, of course.
Not sure I know what the term is in
I have
Japanese.
a compound.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's a story.
Yes.
Yep.
So you will lead through my my very traditional looking house, and then when you find me, I will be. Where am I? Okay. So basically, the room that she'll be in, there is there's a garden in the back. I'm like kneeling in front of a table, and on the table there is a woman with her her wrist up, and I'm just taking a sip. And then when you come in, I usher her away, and someone takes her away, and the screen, the scene behind me changes into a screen, and then you can come in and take a seat at this kotatsu table, which will keep you nice and warm and toasty.
Okay.
But yeah, you just kneel and be polite.
Okay, so you're shown in, and he waits for you, I assume.
Yes. Well, he better.
I have to.
I'm sure my my retainers will make sure that order is kept.
Right.
So when I allow you in, then you can come in.
Yes. And I do all the things because I would have studied a bit on Japanese culture.
Yeah.
And the right way to go about doing things, and I do all the things that I should do.
All right.
Like what?
Taking my shoes off for a
Oh,
start.
good job.
Taking my
Done the
shoes off
first
for a
thing.
start. I'm coming to her house weaponless. I have no weapons,
Okay.
not even the katana.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, you would have been asked to leave it at the door if we did.
Yeah, but out of respect,
Are
I'm not.
they? Do you leave them in the vehicle?
I leave them in the vehicle
Okay.
so that if things do go wrong, I can run to the vehicle and get them.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, the screen also has a very traditional picture of a woman on a horse, on a black horse, fighting people, which is an actual woodblock print of Tomoe.
Feel free to share these things on the screen if you find them in Google.
Okay,
No, just saying.
not very good at this.
You always say that.
You're doing all right.
Technology. Ugh. You frighten the shit out of me. I just need to find one.
Bum, bum.
So hard to find. Oh, here we
So
go.
Barry, what kind of vehicle did you bring?
A Saab.
A Saab. Okay.
Yeah, a Saab.
All right.
I'm just gonna post it, and you can share it with everyone.
Okay, so you're gonna put it in Discord, are you?
Yes, once Zoom. You good with Zoom?
Yep.
Okay. I'll take that.
Okay, sharing this picture, share screen. What's that crap? Can you see this picture, Barry?
I can. I'm hardly impressed.
Right. So we have a lady on a horse with a sword fighting all of these dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very impressive. I'm wondering, my character's wondering if that's got anything to do with you at all.
Well, what would he know about you at this point, Tomoe?
Well, all this is on the internet. We are playing in 2010, so yeah.
But what does he know about you?
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
Given that he's an Archon, you're an Archon, you work kind of together sometimes, really, but
Yeah.
right. Well, I like to do things the traditional way when it comes to fighting. However, I have a gaming company, so I also like to take technology and apply it where I can, especially when it comes to finding bad dudes.
how old is she?
Well, she is actually from, was it the 12th century?
Right.
She is very old, but I imagine, like in my mind, I think when I think of Japanese vampires, I think they tend to draw things out a lot longer than most. So that's why she is quite old, but hasn't excelled as far as she could have.
Right.
Like, she should, like at her age, she should probably be a Jessica or something. But
Well,
she's
there's
not.
only seven. There's only 7 Justicas. So being an Archon, you're still pretty. I wouldn't be complaining. I mean, being an Archon is a long way to go in vampire society.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably 900 if you were born in the 12th century.
Yes.
So yeah, she's pretty old.
She's very old.
I noticed that she has extremely. Oh wait, that's not you.
That is not. No, and we can see everything.
Damn
Spoiler.
it.
Don't worry, I didn't see anything.
Looking at Phoenix. Yeah, okay, Phoenix, we haven't got your virtues and stuff here, actually. We've got your humanity, but I can do that.
His humanity is reasonable, but then he was a Knights Templar, so...
Right.
Oh, cool. Cool.
So these characters are about the same age. The major difference is that what you know about Phoenix is that he spent a good few hundred years as a ghoul before he became a vampire, working for somebody called Vincent. Yeah, Vincent sadly died a long time ago. No, actually, not that long ago. In Chicago, it's 2010, so it was about 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah. So your sire's been dead for 10 years, but you've been a vampire for about 600 years and a ghoul for another 200-300 years before that.
Yep.
Right.
Vincent wanted me to learn everything I could.
Yeah.
As a human first.
So you guys are in the same room.
Yes.
I believe my job is done.
I wait for him to speak.
I bow. I bow. So, they want us to do the impossible again.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
They want us to catch somebody from the red list.
Right. Well, any target in mind?
I thought you might have one.
Daisuke. I get Daisuke to come over.
Okay.
And I will whisper in his ear, could you please get someone out here to be a meal for my friend? Wait, before I do though, I'm just gonna say, do you have any preference in a meal?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Always gotcha.
Interesting.
Then I will say whatever.
Yeah. Right. I will accept the offer and take the offer.
Very well. So you are thusly fed.
Yes.
Yes. It's always a naked person because it's just fancy, I suppose. Showmanship.
Are they of sound mind or what when they are delivered?
They are in a state of calm. They're always in a state of calm. My herd they're always peaceful in some way or form. So yeah, you won't have like a screaming person on your hands. Don't worry.
Okay. Very good. So you feed.
I wouldn't think a woman of her class and style would have that anyway. Right. So, have you got any here in Japan at the moment that you know of?
Do we have any on the red list?
Not on the red list.
Yes.
Okay.
That you know of. I had a look, but my people said no, but your people might know more than my people.
Well, one thing that you know, Charlie, that immediately jumps to mind is number 13 on the red list, Valantino.
I'm going to need that list again. I don't know where to put it. Do you mind sending that through to me?
You're right.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
I'll put it in the chat here. Oof, there you go. Valentino sends an email every day to the administration, mocking them, the Camarilla. Today's email says the red star is rising. I will only leave the meek.
Wow.
What does that mean? What does that mean to me?
What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? Let's have a look at your character sheet.
So weird being so like spooky looking.
Well, you can make an intelligence and I guess occult will cover the subject of vampires and vampire business. So, intelligence and occult.
Oh, nothing. Means nothing to me.
Nothing.
I don't even have enough dice.
Yeah, I mean, it's, to you, this guy just seems like a crazed lunatic. You're just not sure.
Can I ever go if I've got anything?
Sure. I'll see what you can come up with.
I bet you I'm going to get nothing. I can feel I'm going to get nothing.
Archonius Phenoxius, intelligence and occult. Look at that. I've already got it set up for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we know. Fuck all.
No, fuck all. You got a negative one. That was a botch, in fact. So the red star rising must. He's up to something.
I'm going to open up. I'm going to beckon over. You know what? I'm probably so fancy. I probably have a laptop built into the table or something.
Yeah.
I'm going to start tapping at my laptop, looking for a red star, like it in flags or
Yep,
and
there's
something else
lots of
particular.
that stuff relating to red stars. I mean, obviously, yeah, there's going to be an inundation of that. It's so many different symbols that come from that.
Red stars rising.
But you can certainly become familiar with all the main basic ones that you probably want to eliminate from your search.
Yeah.
All right, so you're doing that, Phoenix.
Excellent.
Me.
Okay, I will look for red. I will get my laptop out because I got that with me,
All right.
and I will look up once I've rigged everything up.
Yep.
Red stars as in relation to vampire history.
Right. Even less information. Obviously, the Masquerade is an issue on the internet, so they don't have a lot of that stuff. You have access, however, to a database that is highly encrypted that nobody knows about.
Okay.
That has basically Gustav has set it up for you through Carl.
Okay.
There might be some other people that use this database, but you don't even know who they are.
Okay.
And it has only one thing in it. In regards to Red Star, there is a note there saying of prophecy, it says. The Red Star of prophecy. And there's an asterisk next to that. And if you follow the asterisk leads you to a single word reference in the appendix that says Gehenna.
Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. All right. There's a red star reference to as in relation to Gehenna.
Right.
I'm assuming you know what Gehenna is?
I do.
Absolutely. All right. So, yes, it's got something to do with, well, the end of the world, I suppose.
So out of curiosity, what's Phoenix's least favorite country in the world?
Least favorite country?
Yeah.
Russia.
Okay. And Charlie?
There's probably a lot of hate towards China, actually. So
Vice versa. It's mostly China hating Japan, to be honest.
The
place that I lived in China was Nanjing. If you've ever heard of the Rape of Nanjing, they have a museum there, an anti-Japanese museum, just all about how they fucked up that city.
Well, I imagine that Tomo is probably older than she's definitely older than a lot of people, and they did have their gripes. So the Japanese definitely had their issues with the Chinese.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I mean, historically, Japan did some very bad things to China. I mean, to be
Yeah,
fair,
they did. Yeah, yeah,
to be-
that's fair.
and to be fair, the Chinese did some pretty bad things to themselves too.
Yes, they
So,
did.
you know, while all of that's what I found frustrating in China was all of the modern Chinese people hating on the Japanese people who had fucking nothing to do with any of this shit. You know, it's like these people are all dead. If the Jews can forgive the Germans since World War II, you guys need to get the fuck over yourselves. This is
Yes.
all dead shit. But anyway, in regards to your character,
I also think that because a lot of like stuff is made in China, I imagine a lot of things are taking her brand, Tomo and Friends, and then sort of making it their own. So they're probably making cheap versions of her own products. Which
are
she
they
doesn't
making
like.
knockoffs of
Yeah.
okay. All right.
So there's
Well-
a few issues there.
Well, here's the thing: is
No.
that your team? Who's your top team member who would work in IT there, Charlie?
We will just give a name. One of my retainers, shall we? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna roll some randomness. Okay, female be 1 to 5. Okay, so it's a dude, and we will name him Akira.
Akira,
Yes.
as in the movie Akira. Nice, cool. And he rides a red motorcycle. He has a
Yeah.
red motorcycle because
He's not that.
no, not that cool. He's a bit of a geek, a bit more geeky.
He probably would pretend to be that cool at least.
He walks over to you quite casually, you know, because he's that cool. And he looks at you and he just hands you this piece of paper.
Thank you.
It has an IP address on it, and it's a printout of the email, today's email, and it has an IP address on it, and then there's red pen on it describing where that IP address is. And guess what? It's in China.
What?
Yeah, they traced the email to China.
Seems a little bit. Yeah, it's fair enough. Yeah. All right. I will slide it over to him.
Mhm.
I was about to say Chase.
Chase.
Phoenix.
It should be called Phoenix Chase.
That's
It's a cool name.
it's obvious, but it's in China.
That sure
Okay.
is.
Hmm.
It's a place called Suzhou.
Okay.
Shall
How many contacts do you have in China?
It's in Jiangsu province.
Very little. We try to stay away from there.
All right. How many contacts does my because I have a what do they call it? It deals with money, and I've forgotten the name of it.
Banks.
No.
Finance.
You know
It's so
that
broad.
Very
they.
broad.
I'm
Train
trying.
managers.
I'm trying to.
Cashier.
I'll shoot the both of you in a minute. No, listen. He has his own
Finance
not-
company.
Advisor.
it's like a finance company, but people put their money into it when they want
Insurance?
to buy into gold, coal, that kind of
Like
thing.
an
Stock exchange.
investment company. In the,
Yeah,
in the
I've
stock
got an
exchange,
investment
okay.
company. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
got that. So, do we have any contacts in China?
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah, no worries. You've probably got some factories that you run from Suzhou and Hangzhou, Shanghai, further north in Harbin. You have money in a tank factory in Harbin.
Okay.
Yep, and in southern China, you've got all sorts of money based in pharmaceuticals and a whole raft of stuff, but lots of products. Put it that way, a lot of products.
How many times have I ever had to go there?
I don't know if you've ever had to go there.
Okay, so I don't have a home there or anything.
You don't have a home there, and further to that, Western vampires are kind of not exactly locked out per se, but they don't know a lot about what's going on in China. Like that whole, like, you know how the real world reflects the vampiric kind of political situation, right?
Yeah.
And it's very much that's the case. We've got this. They've got a firewall where you cannot. If you're in China and you get on the internet, you can't get Facebook, you can't get YouTube, you can't get a whole raft of services that we can use, and thus they have literally divided these two halves of the world. They live in an entirely different world to us, and they think their world is huge. They think their world is bigger than our world, and you know what? They're fucking right, because there's 1.5 billion of them. You know,
Yeah.
whereas so basically, you don't know a lot about what's going on in China. You can get into China. That's not such a problem. But once you're in China, vampires have been kind of discouraged from going to China because nobody knows who the princes are. Nobody knows who runs things. Nobody knows what's going on there, or how things work. And so whatever powers are in control of China, the Camarilla don't know.
I tell you all this, but you probably already know it, right?
She would know this, yeah.
Yeah.
She might even have a few clues that
She'd have more clues than I would.
quite likely in this particular case, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so he looks at you like with hopeless, help me eyes.
So is the plan to get in there? To get into China? Unfortunately.
So they're still tracing things from the IP address. They managed to narrow it down to a street.
Okay.
Excellent.
I have to say, your people are awfully good.
They are. They are very good. They get paid well to be good. Shall we, I will prepare transport?
Akira says to you when he gives you the piece of paper too, time is a factor.
We don't have very long. We need to go now.
All right.
And I'll whisper to Daisuke, well, mumble to Daisuke, get the jet ready.
All right.
We'll go in style.
You're going to go in the jet. Okay.
It's nice to go in somebody else's jet for a change.
Yeah.
All right. So they're getting the jet ready when, and maybe an hour goes by while you're getting your various bits and pieces together, okay? And you can do other things if you want to add that in there, but you're going to get a phone call at some point, Charlie. Your phone rings.
I answer.
It's whoever was in charge of the jet. Was that? Who was that? That was
Daisuke pretty much does everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he calls you and he says, we have been denied permission for landing in China.
Okay. Is there any other way that we can get there?
Commercial flight, boat.
Okay. Well, we need to be quick, so we'll go with the flight.
There is let me think. We can fly to Hong Kong. From Hong Kong, you can take a train.
Okay. That would be fine. If you can get that sorted, that would be perfect.
Very good. One last question, Tomoe-chan, is that right?
Tomoe, just call me Tomoe. Please don't call me Chan.
You wouldn't say Chan? Why not?
It would be San. It would be San.
San?
Yeah, Chan is like
For
a
girls,
girlfriendy or like little kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you better.
I thought San was only male, though. Is it?
San is for everyone.
For everyone, really? Okay, I did not know that. All right, very good. Okay, so Tomoe-san. One last thing is, what will you be taking? Who will you be taking?
We'll be taking we'll take one retainer of which I will send you a message. I'll send a message as to who I'm taking, and a few of my herd. We're taking Phoenix. Phoenix. Who else shall we take?
Now, Phoenix, we created a retainer for you. That was a sort of a new.
While you do that, I'm gonna come up with another container.
Yeah.
Because I have so many.
I remember his name. Was
Not the dude, man. Not the dude.
Jeffries?
Jeffries.
Jeffries.
That sounds right. Somebody Jeffries, wasn't it?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey it is.
Nope. I'm gonna search my drive for the name Jeffrey.
Because you said you went up with J or a G, and I said J, and you said no, Jeffries would rather be a G.
Haha. What's this I have here? Simon Jeffries.
Simon Jeffries, yeah.
Yep. He is the new Parker.
I will be taking. Parker was originally my.
That's right. Parker was originally Phoenix's retainer.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Years ago.
Yeah. Years ago.
Crazy, yeah. Okay. So Simon Jeffries is coming with you.
Yeah.
I'm taking a guy named Hotaru. Hotaru. I like the sound of it. It sounds nice.
And you're going to put this all in a document where I can read it, right?
No. I probably will if I end up playing Tomoe a bit more.
Okay.
But as she's a two-shot now, who knows?
I think you should definitely keep her and keep expanding her, because I think that could be a good place to go, for fun.
Yeah, Hotaru is going to be more of a warrior sort.
Right. When you say warrior sword, do you mean modern warrior or like?
We'll go modern warrior. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any retainers that you have kept as retainers for hundreds of years?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't think these three will be it. I will have one, and I will make him up right now, or her.
Cool.
Let's see.
So I'm suspecting
So
you
her.
need like you need a kind of samurai ninja, breaking and entering, fighting and murdering, spying and action-y type sort of retainer to
Okay, sweet.
play a game.
I'll take.
See, I could have played that.
I'll take another person. Her name will be Shinobu, which is very close to Shinobi, which I
Right,
like.
Shinobu.
Yeah.
Shinobi, yeah. Cool.
Like that a lot. I'll write this all out
Well, pretty much Phoenix is a ninja.
because I'm typing this out as we speak.
Yep.
But yeah, Shinobu will be a warrior from my times. Probably someone I knew from before.
Somebody that you knew from before. Cool. Okay, so she's a much older retainer, and she has her own gear, and I'm guessing that she's spent she would have learnt the ways of the shinobi back in the day, and then sort of echoed down through the centuries working with you, doing various espionage-y type stuff until more modern times. And then you've been like, okay, you need to go out and retrain and learn how to use guns and bugs and, radio telephones and firearms and cars and stuff like that. So she's sort of had a upskill in that respect.
We all need to upskill.
Is she resistant to that kind of upskilling, or is she just totally just fluid with it?
Well, she understands that there is a reason behind it. Yeah, the times are changing.
And is that the same with your character too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Times are changing.
All right. So
you gotta move on.
The long story short is that within an hour and a half, you guys are traveling to the nearest airport, where you have a hangar of your own that has been designated to you as an Archon. Your Justica also uses it when he comes here too, to be fair. But this hangar is where you, or sort of terminal, if you like, where you make your trips and flights from. there are helicopters available here. There are planes available here. And
Let's not
as
go
you
with the helicopter.
you earlier said that you had a jet, so perhaps
Yes.
from here you get on a jet and you fly to Hong Kong. All right.
This is what we will do.
All right. It's not an extraordinarily long journey. It's probably about 4 hours, I think, to Hong Kong from Japan.
Jesus. Very good knowledge.
And you land and you get out of the plane into another private hangar that has been hired this time. It doesn't belong to you. It's been rented for the moment. And all of your gear is unloaded. Other gear is being brought through on a separate flight soon, along with retainers and what have you. Jeffries says to you, Mr. Parker, is everything to your satisfaction, sir?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
From this point, sir, are we planning to travel by train? Somebody said.
Yes, we are.
I see.
We are.
Will we be traveling as passengers or cargo, sir?
How long will it take?
Well, the trip to Hangzhou, I believe, is about 2 hours by train. Once we're in Hangzhou, we will probably switch to a fast train, which will be traveling approximately 700 miles per hour across through Jiangsu province north to Suzhou.
I wish to go as a passenger. I don't wish to be stuck in a box all night, but
My
yes.
biggest concern is that we might alert the authorities to our presence.
All right. Let's.
We do not have
Under the
visas,
radar.
etc. So if you wish to control anyone on the way in, perhaps it would be better if we could enter entirely invisibly. I'm not sure. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, let me get in my mind. All right.
Get in your mind, Barry.
Well, box would be easier. It would be easier. Unless you've got your dominate up. Have you?
I can. I could do that.
No offense, but how good are you? You must be better than me.
I am amazing at it.
Excellent. Excellent. Then I put it in your lovely hands.
Very good.
Good. Good. All
I
right.
realize I'm gonna have to bring up that page then. Let me just get that sorted. Okay, so
Mr. Lord Phoenix, one moment. I do have a question. Do you remember a man from a long time ago named, what's his name? Edward Faraday? And out of game, yes, you do recall this name from about the Vietnam era.
Yes. What about him?
Well, I still have contacts with him. And he did, do you remember we would do those very discreet entrances on jet boats from time to time?
Yes, I remember.
He does have those skills still available, I think. And these sorts of things can be rented or otherwise acquired. I'm just looking for options here, by the way. I'm not telling you that this is better than any other option.
He looks at you and he says, how would you like to go on a jet boat ride?
would I be able to take my retainers?
Of course, but it would be a jet boat. It would be a large jet boat.
Yes.
It's one possibility.
It will be a military jet boat, an illegal military jet boat, but however, military.
That sounds good to me. I do not mind.
If you could get in touch with him and ask him for a place
Right.
of meeting and such like.
Yes, I do remember him smuggling weapons around Australasia back in those days. And that was his main way of doing things. Very well. I'll see if I can track him down and if we can find some sort of way in there.
All right, that's That's good.
Very
Go
good.
with that, Simon.
Very well. Simon goes off to do that and leaves you alone for a few minutes. Meanwhile, more supplies and things arrive. What weapons and things are you taking with you? Like, what are you taking with you? Nail this down.
Well, I tend to go with the bow. I also have a sword,
Mhm.
but the bow is sort of my main thing. She often has like her what's it called? Why have I forgotten? Arrows. She often has her arrows in her hair, specifically to kill vampires.
Right.
But she'll also have a quiver.
Phoenix asks if you have a conversation with him about this, and he asks questions like, are your arrows capable of staking somebody?
Definitely. I have some in here, which are just wood.
With no tips on them?
Okay.
The other thing you
They're
can
meant
do,
for staking.
another thing that you've learned to do too, is literally take the arrow out and just break the tip off.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That would also be.
As long as it like hit its target, it just sounds like it would be complicated.
Well, as long as there is an arrow tip on it, it actually, if it passes through their heart, they're staked.
Sweet. Well, she's got ones in her here that are specifically meant to kill.
How
But
many?
the ones in her, I would say probably about 8.
8.
Yeah.
8 arrows.
8. Yeah.
Arrows are quite big.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
It sounds like a lot.
It's a
Maybe
bit
we'll go.
weird.
We'll go with 4. We'll go with 4.
Okay. Still a lot, but okay. 1 is a lot, but I mean, okay, if it's kind of
These are
woven.
huge. Yeah, her hair is like quite ornate looking.
She's got big hair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But every time she pulls out a bow, an arrow, sorry, like strands of her hair falls out because it's holding it in.
Right.
So eventually she'll just.
I must know how to use the bow.
You do, but probably not her bow because she's using a Japanese bow.
I'm not claiming her bow at all. No. But I'm thinking if we're going that way, that might be a good idea because they're quick and quiet. She's got a good point there.
Our retainers will be sorted out with their own kit, whatever they want, whatever they need.
I've found some photographs of the city, sir. These are some overheads from Master Gustavius's satellite imagery stations. I've had to pull these off. Here you can see it's a very dry, dusty place.
Yes.
It's quite old. Parts of it are very, very old, ancient, in fact. But as you can see, there's a huge industry here. There's a river. This is the main central business district. Here's the Hyatt Hotel, a couple of other places he points out. The thing about this city is there's very little here in the way of anything for foreigners.
Okay.
Like there are hotels and they will put you up if you wanted to put yourself up there.
Yeah.
But as well, it's not going to be not so bad for Tomoe because she at least looks the part. But Phoenix is going to stand out like dog's balls. And
he doesn't have obfuscate, does he? Damn it!
Does not have obfuscate. People are going to stare at him.
Yeah. But if I'm my servant, they won't stare at me so much.
Could be true. That might be
true. But if I'm his servant, her obedient little servant boy.
I'm going to take advantage of that.
Well, you might be surprised. They might be even more freaked out. The thing is, you have to remember that in places like Suzhou in China, you're dealing with groups of people who have never seen a white person in their whole lives, right?
Well, so I'm going to be a surprise, aren't I?
If you are the servant, that might even be more weird.
Oh, okay. All right, we won't go that way.
They might be happy about it, but it will still be weird.
Yeah, let's go with weird and wonderful then.
Very well.
Okay. So you want me to be your servant, my lady?
I have plenty, but if that is what you'll do to help you move on, then yes, you should definitely do that.
Yeah. All right.
Right. Very good. You get a message back from Jeffries, Simon Jeffries. He says, seems it was easier than I expected to organize the jet boats.
Okay.
Still your plan, or do you have other options?
The jet boats is a good start to getting there, I think so.
All right. They will take us to Hangzhou, from which point we will be inside the border of China proper.
Proper. And we have no IDs of any sort, not even forged ones.
IDs?
Our,
I'll work on that.
Yeah.
If you want, is he here?
Jeffries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Jeffries is right over there.
Well, dice get to work with Jeffries.
Okay. I assume he speaks English.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Excellent.
Not
then,
all of my retainers do, but
no,
yes.
right, that's fair. Okay. Then you guys pack all your shit up, get all your stuff together,
Yeah.
and
I've got weapons as well.
what sort of weapons are you carrying?
They would have to be handguns, of course, and come on, Barry, where'd your brain gone?
Where'd it go?
Assault, weapons.
Assault rifle?
Yeah.
All right, so an assault rifle, some Glocks.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I mean, the jet boat is big enough to carry quite a lot of stuff if you want.
Okay. Yeah.
A whole bunch of shit, and bear in mind you've got people with you too who can also wield guns and things if you want them to.
Okay, because I know Jeffries can, and of course, two people must be able to. So,
right.
Yeah, we'll take a whole bunch of stuff, and then you'll tell us if it's there or not.
Okay. All right, but if you specifically want something, now's the time to ask for it.
A sniper rifle, definitely.
All right.
Because I know Phoenix knows how to use those things.
All right, good.
Access to Wi-Fi all the time.
Access to what?
Wi-Fi.
To Wi-Fi. That's
Yeah.
going to be your biggest problem. Is going to be access to the internet. That is going to be. That's going to fuck you badly.
Okay, well, surely we have technology to make this happen.
So what you have is a VPN, a virtual private network, which is a piece of software that runs on your computer that you will use to get past the firewall.
Perfect.
It doesn't always work.
Okay, sweet.
And there's this endless war where you've got your VPN set up to run through Hong Kong. They shut down that VPN. You set it up, you change it to fucking Krasniev or somewhere the fuck, and they change that VPN, and then you set it up to, and they just keep blocking it. You move to another one. They block it. You move to another one. There's this constant chase going on. So at this point in the game, it's probably about once or twice a day that they might have to change VPNs.
Okay. God damn it.
But it will get worse.
And
Wonderful.
I also want a composite bow.
A composite bow?
Yeah.
Composite as in made of ram's horn, glue, wood, and metal?
I mean, no. I mean, like...
Or a compound bow?
Compound, that's the one I want.
With the wheels in it? So that it has super frickin'... Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
the kind that Ani uses in
Commando.
Yeah, or in not Ani, Sylvester
Stallone,
in Rainbow. Yeah.
I think like a tube that would be like that will act as a body bag would be kind of cool.
Yeah. What is it?
A body bag in a tube.
In a tube.
Yeah.
Body bag in a tube.
Body bag in a tube, kind of like a camp set, just in a camp.
Oh, you mean like a body bag that you can carry with you in a bag of its own?
Yes, but someone else is going to carry it.
Right.
So yeah.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Very good then.
Yeah. Preparing for the worst.
Very nice.
Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. And
fire blanket.
last but not least, here's my final question before we move forward. Says Mr. Jeffries, do any of you speak Mandarin?
Okay, maybe I should roll a dice to see if one of my retainers do. So currently I have 3 here. Dice kids are going to come along with us. He will
see if
keep in contact with us, so if he can.
See if Jeffrey speaks Mandarin.
See if he speaks Mandarin. All right, we'll give him a D10. If I roll a 10, he definitely speaks perfect Mandarin, and if he rolls a 1, then he thinks he speaks perfect Mandarin.
Because I don't.
Right. Jeffries does not speak Mandarin.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna make it number 2. So that would be Akira. But I didn't bring him here. I didn't bring Akira.
All right.
Yeah. So if we need him, I'll put him on the phone.
All right.
Yeah.
So as part of your briefing from Akira, I think, because he's emailing you and messaging you the whole time anyway, right, on your phone.
Yes.
He will tell you, Charlie, if your character is not aware of this, but very few people actually speak English.
Great.
Like, you go to Beijing, there'll be people that speak English, or if you go to Shanghai, there'll be people that speak English. But if you have anywhere else, they speak fuck all English. And you're also going to be confronted with the fact that every sign is written in Mandarin and has no English translation.
We're going to need a guide.
I need it. Yeah. Do I know anybody who works for one of my companies that's a good guide and knows what I am?
No,
No.
not like that.
I'm sorry, I cannot help you there.
We will have to recruit someone when we get there, Master Phoenix. Perhaps that should be the first order of business when we get to mainland.
It's a good idea.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm intruding.
No.
But it's a good idea.
I mean, there must be people that speak some English in this place. It's a huge city. There are definitely people that speak English, but it's just not common.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Vincent said to me, you should learn other languages. Did I listen? No. I said, no, Master. I can handle anywhere I go.
I decided that that English was the right one for me, and I didn't go any further. That's what I paid people for.
Well, you know.
Unfortunately, I left the one that I probably should have taken here with me.
Right. You're traveling
Back at home.
out of game. You're traveling now to the docks where you're going to get to these boats. Or this boat.
Wait a minute. How long would it take him to get from where he is to where we are now?
Who?
Your man's person that does speak Mandarin.
4 hours.
With Chinese characters, I mean, Japanese took quite a few of the characters, so I would be able to understand.
Yep, 20%.
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, you will understand some of the Hansa because it will be translated into. It's basically what the primary alphabet in Japan is, except for the what is it called? The modern
The hiragana.
alphabet, hiragana and katakana. Yeah. Right. So you won't know the katakana will be pretty much useless, but the rest of it will be somewhat useful. How many characters are in Japanese? Main Japanese alphabet?
Kanji.
Kanji, yeah.
Kanji is the difficult one. Thousands.
Right, yeah, that's like Mandarin. There's 10,000 odd characters and hundreds of radicals that you can put together. Wow, that's a picture.
We lost our.
Fuck's sake, that is so annoying.
Okay. I'm willing to wait 4 hours for him to get here. What about you? I am willing.
There we go.
I'm willing. Oh, no, but we're getting on the boat, aren't we? Okay.
Well, you're at the dock, so, you can get on the boat if you are ready. But...
Okay.
I will... Okay, this is 2010. Surely there are, apps that will help us get by.
There are some apps, yeah.
So I will be downloading apps.
There's an app called Pleco that is quite useful, and you can, whenever you come across some writing that you want to translate, you can point your phone at it, and it does character recognition.
Yep, I will get that.
Right, and I will make you roll some dice to see whether it actually recognizes the actual characters and translates it.
There's hit and miss.
All right. So you get that. You pick up a few other bits and pieces. All right. Cool.
Okay, right. I hold no hope for this mission, really.
You should have more faith, Phoenix. We have done a lot of good in this world.
Yeah, that's why people keep shooting at me every time. Yeah. Right, here we go. Right, confidence.
Wow, my camera's really being a dick tonight. Zoom.
There we go.
This is so
There we
weird.
go.
Because my camera is connected and it's working, and it's just Zoom being a dickhead. I have to actually unplug the camera and plug it back in again. It's so annoying. Anyway, here we are. Until the next time it happens.
You're back. Right. All right.
As long as the audio's there, that's what counts.
All right. I could, we could do this in about 1,000 years and I could learn Mandarin. And okay. All right. Sensibly, we get on the boat. I have faith in my companion. She knows what she's doing.
All right. Very good. You get on the boat, and your old friend from the olden days drives you across the sea, the South China Sea.
I don't suppose you know Mandarin, do you?
You're asking him?
Yeah.
He goes, only thing I know in Mandarin is ni hao.
What's that mean when it's alive? It sounds familiar.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Ni hao. Okay. Okay. When somebody says to me, Lord Phoenix, Lord Phoenix, do you want to die? I'll be going, ni hao.
No, that is incorrectly used.
I know. That's
okay.
I was being funny. All right. I was hoping you knew Mandarin because I know I can trust you, but no. Why didn't you learn Mandarin? I mean, you've done this 100 times. What? I want to know.
Man, my computer's really having fucking trouble today with this shit. Weird. Maybe it's just too hot. It's super hot where I am. I'm going to turn my camera off for a while. Just let it cool down.
Okay.
This is so funny. This is gonna be so funny to watch back.
This game was priceless just for this, I'll tell you.
Wow. Oh, and now Zoom's crashing. Yay. The hell?
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
What the shit?
Wow.
You're actually playing for the Zoom, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. Well, if I was you, I'd send a strongly worded letter about Zoom's capability.
Well, they just asked for my feedback on the crash report, so I gave them some.
Ah.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks, mate. Yep.
Right. Let's see. One last try. If it does it again, I'm just going to leave the camera off, I think. Oh, it's not even connecting this time. That's interesting. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. That's all right. It's amusing. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
It was hilarious.
Back to the game. So,
all right.
Across the sea, bouncing over waves on this black jet boat.
Damn.
Water is spraying in your faces. You're probably wearing masks at this point, like
yeah,
things.
Yeah. Keep the
waterproof coats over you.
Yeah,
yeah.
We're wearing the necessary.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, eventually, you can see landfall, and there is a river, and you start sort of winding your way that way, and your friend, what did I say his name was? Edwards. He stops the boat, cuts the engine, and he says, all right, you can see over there we've got 2 patrol boats, one there and one up there.
Yeah.
Over there we have a radar tower, and they're going to do constant sweeps through this place. So we have to time our shot through the gate.
All right.
So we're going to sit here for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to have a 2-minute window. Okay.
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 So you sit there floating on the boat, not really doing anything for a while.
Making sure my retainers and my herd had no
Yeah.
my herd.
I knew I should have bought my fishing rod, says Phoenix.
Shinoba continues to adjust her costume, armor, weapons, gear, etc. Until finally 20 minutes pass, and Edwards looks up and he goes, time.
Right.
And he just grabs the throttle and goes, punches it, and the boat goes, and you shoot across.
Okay.
So you're bouncing across the waves once more. You cut around behind the patrol boats and into the river, and finally, you pull up to this little area below this concrete wall, and you can see some kids actually sitting around up there. They see you and they're like, you're not sure what they're saying, but they're talking and pointing at you, and they run off. Finally, the boat, he brings it up to this location where there's like a fisherman's house there, and this man comes down some steps outside the fisherman's house, and he seems to know Edwards, and he nods, and they speak briefly. And you start moving all the gear up into the fisherman's house, which turns out not to be a fisherman's house at all. It's kind of a smuggling warehouse.
Okay.
Right. And you notice in there is electricity, but there's also like a radio telephone and a few other things like that for making contact with smuggling peoples and stuff. And Edward says, well, I'm going to leave you here. Good luck.
Okay.
Do you have plans to get out?
Yeah, but Simon will tell you them because you're part of them.
All right.
I have 3 ways out.
3.
Yeah,
All right.
you're one of them.
Thank you. Well, do you want me on standby then? Do you want me to stay here until you're done?
Yes, please.
Okay. So he explains to you, and he gives you a map. He says you are now in the city of Hangzhou. The fastest transport from here to Suzhou is going to be train or plane. Plane is going to be too much trouble for you to get. And even the train could be a problem because they're going to be expecting ID. They're not going to ask you for a visa on the train, though.
Okay.
So you won't need a visa, but these documents should get you on the train and through.
Okay.
The only other problem that I can foresee, and this guy, out of game, this guy knows about vampires and stuff, okay? So
Yeah.
the only other thing I can foresee being an issue is if, God forbid, the train was to break down, you could be stuck between Hangzhou and Suzhou and any number of other places
All right.
during daylight hours. So you want to have a contingency for that.
I can earth meld.
Yeah.
My lady?
Good.
I cannot earth melt, but I did bring a body bag. If I need to be buried.
Yeah.
We might even find a place on the train that is dark enough. Perhaps we can contain it. I don't know. We will sort something out.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Even if I have to bury myself in my herd for like hours. No.
Right. So what do you do now? You're in this house, and the guy there who seems to own this house, who's a human, by the way. Actually, he's probably a ghoul.
Do we know whose
Okay.
ghoul it is? Is that
Yeah, he's your
Nancy?
friend Alexander's ghoul.
Okay. Okay, all right. All right, Alexander, we'll get going.
Okay.
Go by train?
So you leave this place and you find yourself in a very, very, very foreign city to you. Certainly for Phoenix. Not quite as much for you, I'm sure, Tomoe, despite the fact that you still can't read and write everything here. It's still a bit weird. But it is a very, very big city. And out of game, FYI, this whole area is where like 50% of the world's population live here. It's really packed with people.
Wow. Ugh. I mean, it'd be easier to hide.
Right. It does help in that respect. You also notice as you go out onto the street, there's no birds, there's no insects. Earth has this kind of reddish tinge to it. And you can see it feels like there's fog just a couple of 100 meters back, but you realize that it's not fog at all. It's something else.
What's the attire for the people in this place?
What are the people wearing?
Yeah.
They wear a variety of things depending on who they are. So over to your left at the far end of the road, you see there's this series of buildings with blue roofs, and they all look very, very cheaply constructed. And they look like you see a whole bunch of what appear to be essentially migrant workers from out in the middle of nowhere have come here to work in Hangzhou, and there's hundreds of them staying on this compound. And they kind of, it's hard to say what their working conditions are, but certainly this compound doesn't look very flash, and their clothes are not very flash. It's kind of like they're a little bit trapped in the 80s, to be honest. They've got padded jackets and stuff, the sort of thing that you would have expected to see on a cold night in the 80s. Everybody smokes. You see a bar, you see some restaurants, a strip of Chinese restaurants and things along there. You see a lot of electric motorbikes or e-bikes, and they have their own lanes too, to the side of the main streets, and the roads are very big and very, very wide. Everything's built on this kind of epic scale, trying to make everything look super impressive, and it works. It's huge. So yeah, and as you travel, how are you traveling to the train station?
Is it far to walk, or we need to?
Way too far to walk.
Okay, sweet. What is the way to go?
Do they have taxis?
Yeah, do they have taxis?
There are taxis, yeah.
Yeah.
And you see a taxi coming.
We might need multiple taxis.
Phoenix, the driver slows down, stares at you, and then it speeds up again, drives off.
Oh dear.
I've never had that effect on anybody. Well, okay, obviously.
The other side of the road at that exact moment, somebody crashes their electric bike into somebody else, and there's a whole bunch of shouting going on over the other side of the street. There's about 10 people involved in that now.
Let's look for another taxi somewhere. Okay.
A couple of minutes later, another taxi comes this direction. Starts to who's waving it down.
I'll get my retainer to do it.
All right. He waves them down, and the taxi stops, and the door opens, and the driver says, "Niman Chunali."
Get my app out.
Get your app out.
Yeah.
So you want to go to the train station, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the app.
It should be hard to write train station.
So you translate train station, and it's Ho Che Jan, but you don't know what the tones are from the app.
I just pointed at him, I suppose.
Right.
I look it up, and then like.
He nods, and he says it's okay, and he starts driving.
I imagine part of my crew are left behind, and they have to get their own shit sorted.
The driver's driving along, and he turns to you, Charlie. He says, "Ni bushu jongorema."
Oh, okay. Can I use my app to
translate? The thing is, how do you use it to translate dialogue language?
I don't know if it was a thing back 2010.
You can translate something that you say that you want to say in advance, but it doesn't translate like when someone's talking. Even 15 years, even 10 years later, it doesn't do that. Sorry to say.
I will just be like, I do not understand English.
Misha. Keeps driving. driving across the city. He looks over his shoulder, and he turns to you and he says, turns to Phoenix. He says, "Megorenma,
It sounds like
Megoren."
it sounds like cup noodle. No, sorry.
Sure, Megorema, USA, USA, yes.
Yes, USA,
Wajda.
USA.
Finally.
England and USA.
Ingworen, Wajda.
England, yeah.
Ingworen.
Yeah.
Ingworen. Ren.
London, England.
Bujda. Mesha. Trav. Finally, you see there's this enormous train station. Like it's like the size of a fucking airport. It's bigger than most airports. It's bigger than probably 90% of the airports in the world. And you approach this epic fucking location and you see thousands of people crammed into this huge room like the size of a stadium, and they zigzag across the room back and forth. This is the queue to get to the counter. And there's probably 50 queues, and everyone's very, very slowly moving towards the front of these lines. And when you step into the room itself, this wave of humanity and blood smell hits you in the face. Like, oh, there's a lot of humans here and there's a lot of blood in this room.
Yeah, delicious.
The roof itself is about 5 floors high, and on one side of the room there are these massive escalators that go up to the next stage.
Okay.
Unfortunately, none of them are my taste.
Right. Various people do look at you, and it does take about 45 minutes to get to the front of the queue. And there's a variety of people in here, and people, as I say, they look at you. Some of them even try to talk to you.
And would I be bigger and taller than most, or is that not so?
That's actually pretty accurate. Yeah, that would actually be pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Most.
Yeah.
Certainly not everyone.
Yeah.
In fact, there are some very, very tall fellows that play basketball in China. Many of them are from the north, from a place called Harbin.
I'm going to try and speed this up a little by using awe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. I have to remember how to do this. Charisma performance.
Hope you do better than minus one success like Barry's last roll.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, that's enough from you, thank you.
4. So that should be.
Is that everyone in the room?
No, that's 20 people.
20 people.
20 people. Yeah. Shocking.
Okay.
5 is a whole lot of them. Everyone.
I'm already in awe of her. She knows more than I do.
Here's my question now.
Yeah.
I'm the idiot on this ride. Yeah.
I'm wanting them to allow me to go ahead. So,
They will. That's gonna happen. But what I'm trying to figure out right now is like, so there's you guys in this train station standing in a line, but you have assault rifles, guns, fucking all kinds of shit up the wazoo. Where is that stuff? Is it all in cases next to you? Or do you have it all on freaking big trolleys?
It's
So the good news is it's not going to be inspected because you're getting on a train, not a plane.
yeah, it's on carry trolleys.
Okay, so you've got a couple of big ass trolleys, and between your trolleys, and so you see some of the old ladies there, the Irons, they feel sorry for you, so they let you go first. And some people with some kids get out of your way too, and they let you go first. And people who think they've never seen, an English person before, they let you go first. And so using your awe as a vampire, that power gets you to the front of the queue relatively quickly, where the guy at the counter looks at you. As a woman, actually. She says, "Nina, ni yao chu shima? Nali?" She points to a map behind her.
Where?
She wants to know where we want to go.
Yeah, what was the name of the place we were going to?
Suzhou.
You say it, because nobody talks to
Suzhou.
me. Yeah.
Suzhou.
Haha. Okay, so she gives you your tickets, and it's very quick. You go straight towards the escalators, and off you go up the escalators. You go through this kind of it's not exactly a security checkpoint like a plane, but they do look at your tickets, and they let you past. They look at your ID. She would have looked at your IDs too during that phase, and you head up and through this terminal. There's a waiting area, and finally, you see your train number pop up on this board. And you go to this particular gate, and from there you go down some stairs and down another escalator until you get down to a massive train platform. And there is this bullet train sitting there.
Yeah.
So it's actually not too unusual for you, Tomoe, because you kind of probably know, you've probably been on the bullet trains in Japan. They're kind of similar. I hear, I don't know for sure, but I hear they're very similar. And yeah, you wait in the middle of the platform, and then they line you up, and you get on different cars depending on who you are. Oh my God, we're doing trains, and Charlie works on trains. Fuck me.
Yeah, I don't work on the Shinkansen.
Right.
Or bullet train.
Yeah. Okay, so
I wish.
you get yourselves on the train, and after a couple of minutes where everyone's boarding, and you see someone running to get on there in time, and they get in and the door shuts, train starts moving, starts speeding up, continues to speed up.
I have a chat to my retainers to perhaps find a place for me to stay if we do come into trouble.
Into trouble?
Like if we were to stop and not be able to go any further.
Somewhere on the
if
train?
there's somewhere on the train, yes.
Okay.
Keeping my options open.
All right, so your retainers start looking for locations on the train for a safety panic room type event.
I get Jeffrey to do the same thing.
All right, very good. So the retainers have all gone and fucked off to do stuff at this point.
Yeah.
You guys are sitting on the train, and it's getting faster and faster as you leave the station. In fact, they can't even leave. They can't get out of their seats until the train gets up to speed. It's a bit like a plane in that respect. And finally, you're belting along in the middle of the countryside. And it's not really countryside. It never really quite gets to the point where it's actual countryside. Very rarely. There's a few places where you'll see paddocks and cows and things, but they almost always are broken up by houses and structures and apartments. And so for most of the journey, you're driving, the train is just passing huge blocks. Like, we talked about the blocks at Cabrini Green, massive apartment blocks. These are way bigger than those ones. And there's just one after the other, after the other, after the other, for miles, like forever. It just keeps going and going and going. There's so many fucking people. It's mind blowing. And of course, this is all at nighttime. So for your information, this is the last train to Suzhou that you're catching. And if any logic has been violated, then just too goddamn bad. After about 2 hours on this train, you will have gone through a few stops on the way. You go through a place called Wuxi. And finally, you get to Suzhou station, and the train stops. And you guys get off with all of your stuff. And now you're at the station.
Okay. Well, we made it here.
We did. That was an interesting ride. I prefer our country's train.
Yeah.
To be honest,
I prefer.
It's prettier.
Never thought I'd want to see the underground ever again, but I do. Okay. All right. Now, what do we do from here? Think, Barry. Okay. All right.
In Phoenix.
Where's So we know where the places we want to see, but we should get a place to stay at. We should start looking for a place to stay at. So he looks at up on his phone. Looks for hotels, motels, and
Problem number one, your phone has no reception.
okay.
I have a chat to one of my retainers.
He's very frustrated.
All right, I'll have a chat. I'll
Him
call
and
up
me
Akira.
both.
I'll call up Akira. Wait, can I get cell phone reception?
You cannot get cell phone reception. That's the
What
problem.
is this place? All right.
The problem is that you've just walked into the Dark Ages. Unless you've been given the key to the Dark Ages, you're in the Dark Ages, you know, unless someone actually gives you that access.
I was in the Dark Ages once,
Right.
Phoenix, but not this dark. Yeah.
I wander up and start looking for a place that we can stay at.
Yeah.
Are we? Is it almost nighttime? Yeah, daytime.
No, it's not. It's still about 11 p.m. actually.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Which
we've
is why I said
accomplished
if you
a lot.
violated any logic, then too bad.
Right.
We'll just I'll walk beside you and we'll both be looking for a place.
But we should. I mean, we've still got time. We've got plenty of time.
Okay.
So you look walking down a street from you leave the train station. The train station in Suzhou is fairly close to the central business district.
Okay.
And Suzhou is not a huge, by Chinese standards, it's not a huge city. It's not a tier 1 or even a tier 2 city. It's like a tier 3 city. I think they've got like 5 or 6 million people. Still bigger than New Zealand.
Okay.
So, yeah. And you see a McDonald's, you see a KFC. Those are familiar.
Yeah.
You see some bars. You see a lot of places to go and get your nails painted. There's some massage places. There's lots of clothes places. There's a market, a night market that's just closed actually.
Yeah.
In fact, as you're leaving the train station closes too.
Okay.
From this train station, there is a local underground metro station that you can access, but that's closed because it's too late. And there are taxis on the street.
Okay.
And e-bikes and things going around too. There are buses.
Okay. Keep looking for anything like a motel, hotel, or anything like that.
Okay. How did you pay for the train, by the way?
With Chinese currency.
Okay, so how much Chinese currency did you bring?
A lot of it. A lot.
And is that in cash?
Yeah, definitely in cash.
Yeah.
It's in cash because I can't really. I probably can't get my head around the whole IPOS thing in China.
Right. And
I
they
think
don't
it's
even
easier.
don't accept it in a lot of places either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's easier just to have cash.
yeah. I mean, I spent pretty sure I paid cash for almost everything except my rent and my power and my internet. Everything else was pretty much cash. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so how much money are we talking about in terms of cash? Like in terms of American dollars?
Okay. All right.
American dollars. Let's see. Maybe 10 grand.
10 grand?
Yeah, I think 10 grand seems quite fair. Is that all good in China? That seems like a lot.
It is what it is. It's 10 grand. And in RMB, that'd be like something like 100,000 yuan, I would say. I'm not sure, but I'd have to work that out. But yeah, it'd be a lot of yuan. It'd be a lot more yuan than it would be.
Yeah, because we're going out into the walks. I also feel like it's like 10 grand is probably a safe amount to lose. Like,
Okay. I'll make it 10 grand as well.
Oh, I was close. It's 63,526 Chinese yuan.
mm,
Okay, so between the two of you, you've got over 127,000 yuan.
I could have brought a lot more, but I don't know what this. We're going out into the.
How are you carrying all
I
this
don't
money?
I've got other people to do that for me.
One
And
of
it's
these,
definitely not going to be like where it's not going to be in a wallet or anything.
money belt.
Money belt,
You know,
Batman
money belt.
pouch.
Yeah, pretty much a Batman pouch, pretty much.
Okay. I think that you discover that $10,000 to yuan. There's my camera again. Oh dear. I'm just going to turn that off for now. $10,000 in yuan, it makes for a lot of paper.
Okay, all right.
It's a lot of paper.
I would probably spread it out over my retainers, and they'll have something like under their shirts.
Okay.
Like what people do with their passports or whatever. You know, they put it under their clothes so they don't get pickpocketed.
Right.
Me and Simon have it spread between us.
Okay. All right,
in different places, hidden away, and yeah.
Very good.
Is 10 grand like good enough? I feel like it's not good enough. Do you have a lot of money?
I think maybe that's about all we could carry, you know.
Maybe I'll make, oh, that's true, if it's a lot of paper. Okay, how about we'll go with 30, eh? We'll go with 30.
30,000.
Yeah, we will go with 30. You can go with 10.
Yeah, I'll go with 10.
And it's spread out over my retainers myself.
Right. So there's like 200,000 yuan.
That's a lot.
Okay.
So much. It feels like unnecessary.
We're Archons. We can be unnecessary. Oh, by the way, our Archon status has no status here. I bet.
Right.
Russell?
Yeah.
Our Archon status would have no status here, would it?
As far as you know, certainly has no status among humans. And you haven't seen any vampires yet.
Okay.
I love the idea of Chinese vampires and just
there is a game for Oriental vampires.
There is.
Yeah.
Well, there was. Anyway.
It didn't take off as well, did it?
Nah.
No.
Okay, so you're still on the street. What are you doing? Taxi drives past.
Okay. I say we get another taxi and see if he knows where a motel is.
You see some people pointing to you and laughing.
Okay.
I am going to I'm going to cast awe on them.
Yep.
Okay, so gonna cast awe on one of them, and then I'm going to dominate them to okay, this dominate skill, where are we? Mesmerize. I'm going to mesmerize for them to walk. Oh, I can't do it. I can't speak Chinese.
No,
Shit.
that's another thing. We can't
Fuck.
speak the language, so we
Okay,
can't
damn
all them.
Got me. Can't all of them. Can't dominate them.
Yeah,
Right.
can't dominate them.
Yeah.
Because we
It's
don't
gonna be
know their
tricky.
language. Yeah.
Okay. All one, and then I'm gonna try and figure out what to do. Okay, I will send a quick text to. No, I can't. I can't send a text, right? Texts aren't going through here.
We might as well be back in the 90s.
What?
There's always smoke signals.
To do?
We could send a smoke signal. How about that?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to. Sorry, if I'd like to redact what I just did because I forgot I had dread gaze. And I'm going to do that instead.
Oh, really? You're going to dread gaze some people on the side of the road?
Yeah.
All right. They fucking run like bastards. They're terrified of you.
Good.
Terrified. They run like hell. Okay.
Excellent.
Well, Phoenix keeps going.
There's nothing like breaking the masquerade when you're on holiday.
It's been freaking Masquerade.
Dread gaze.
We don't even know if they have a masquerade.
Like they can say what they want, but I mean it's gonna be unbelievable.
And we are tourists. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's our
All in the
excuse.
mind. It's not like I transformed into a demonic beast or something like
All right.
that.
Oh, I wanna show you a photograph. Sharing. Here. Do you see this photo?
Not yet. Yes.
Over on the right-hand side.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wow.
Right,
Something
this
like,
is London.
these. Oh, that's fucking London, isn't it? You're right. I
Yeah.
put Suzhou train station. Fuck me. Can I get Suzhou train station, please? That's not it. Okay, anyway. Doesn't matter.
What?
Okay.
Crazy.
La-di-da-di-da.
La-di-da-di-da.
Where do we need to go from here?
Let's go and go
Maybe
back
we
to
go find a
England.
map or something.
What you've got is the name of the street on which the IP address was last located.
Okay, surely we have maps.
Oh, you got maps.
So we will try and locate this street.
The bad news is the maps are wrong and not very accurate because these ones that you're looking at are Google Maps and they've been translated.
Okay. We'll flag down a taxi.
Okay. Taxi stops.
And ask. I will ask for a lift to. Where are we going? What's the street name?
The street name, Shinlong Daje.
Shinglong Daje.
Okay, so right.
Yeah,
Well, you
I'm going
can
to pay for a taxi. I'm not going to ask for directions.
you can point to the he doesn't know what you're talking about because you're getting the tones wrong.
Oh.
So after a couple of minutes, he asks. He's pointing to the piece of paper that you're holding.
Yeah.
And he has a look at the map itself and he reads it. Oh, jada jada, Shinlong Daji, what jada, ha ha ha, and he starts driving. All right, so eventually, you get to Shinlong Daji, and it's a huge road. It's very long. It has a stadium on it.
A motel?
A couple of motels. Yep, there is a motel.
Oh, yep.
Some apartment blocks.
Yep.
On one side of the road, there's a strip there where they've got a bunch of flash-looking restaurants. They're Chinese restaurants, but they're very nice. Lots of fancy lights and things. You can see fish inside there, it's got a bit of an aquarium going on inside.
Yep.
The road itself is about 8 lanes wide. So 4 lanes going each direction. So for your information, it's wider than the harbour bridge. There's a strip down the middle of the road with trees planted. The trees don't look very healthy. And there's this funny, dirty smell in the air, which is both pollution and lack of wildlife.
Take out my fan. Start fanning the smell away from me.
Right. There's people walking down the street in either direction, but not that many people because it is late at night.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make perception alertness checks, please?
Yes, I would.
Smarty pants.
No. Tick. Oh yeah, 1. It should be 1.
1 success for you, is it?
Yeah.
All right. Perception alertness for Barry. Let's go.
Nice.
Oh my god, what the hell?
That's 3 successes.
3?
Oh, 4.
Kill. Oh, I just lost the side panel on the fucking roll 20. And now my camera's being.
It's because you knocked something. You hit it.
Oh my god.
Stop breaking your camera.
Right.
There he goes again. He's back.
Yep. Okay, so I'm reloading roll 20. I'll roll you some dice, Barry. So,
Yeah, let's go to dice.
oh wait, here's your character sheet. You found it.
I mean, the roll is
And
there.
it's gone.
His is 4
Jeez.
successes.
Oh my god, that camera. Fuck. Perception, alertness. Oh, you said it was 4 successes for Barry.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay,
Mhm.
cool. All right, Barry. What did I? There's a police car cruising down the street in your direction.
Okay. It's got
You
nothing
assume
to
it's a
do-
police car because it's got flashy looking lights on it, and there's got some couple of dudes in it that look like they're wearing uniforms. They're quite
There's
skinny. Pair of them.
police car. Police car. I'm assuming that's what that sign says on the side. Police car.
Does it look like
There's no
the
English
kanji?
on it. It doesn't say anything that you can read. It's all
No, that's what he's assuming.
Yeah.
Is it kanji though? Because
Yeah. Actually, you might be able to read. You might be able to get something out of it. You can
Sure,
make
roll.
an investigation check, or a language check. I don't think anybody's ever done that. I'm gonna
okay,
do that. That sounds like a great idea. Let's go with intelligence and linguistics.
3.
3. Wow. Okay.
What?
Yeah. It looks like it's a police car. You're 90% sure.
Yes, that seems accurate.
Let it enjoy itself a little. We'll just
Look,
moss
the,
it
the
here.
place that we're going to has an IP. Thus, it will have access to the internet. So
I
it might
believe
be
you.
something. Might be something that will be worth exploring.
Yes.
Speaking of the internet, you also see there's like a China Mobile store here, but it's closed.
Look up to it.
Cage door shut on the front.
Can you see through it though?
Yep, it's a mobile. They sell cell phones
Right.
and plans. So there's a lot of mobile, pictures of fancy looking cell phones and Apple phones and etc.
Yep.
Right. Any like internet cafes or something? Or
You want to make an investigation check?
sure. What will that be?
Perception and investigation.
Okay, so 5.
5?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you find you apparently have a nose for this sort of thing, and yeah, you find a internet cafe. It's down some stairs underground, beneath a Starbucks cafe. It is an actual Starbucks, but it is closed. The Starbucks is closed.
But the internet cafe will always be open
Yeah.
because they always are.
Yeah.
And they're gross. Should we try out this? Like, if they'll have internet here, I might be able to get in touch with Akira to try and locate something, or maybe I can try.
You you lead the way. I'll follow.
Okay, we're going.
Okay.
All right. You walk downstairs. What are you wearing right now? By the way, just checking. Got fucking arrows in your hair.
Your arrows in the hair. She's wearing something traditional, but it's not like massively showy.
Besides the arrows in your hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
besides the arrows in her hair. She's a vampire after all. You gotta have that one thing that stands out.
That one thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're kind of wearing like what?
But they don't
Chinese
look like
refer to-
arrows. They look more like hair pieces.
Yeah, meter long hair pieces.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Exactly.
I see. All right. You go down the stairs, and there's a bunch of people. Internet cafes. You know what they look like. And
Yeah.
it kind of vaguely smells. Somewhere in the corner, there's some young man has just died from playing World of Warcraft for 3 days in a row without going to the toilet. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So again, the smell of humanity smashes you in the face as you enter this location, and the floor itself is vast. So
Do I
you
see any knockoff Tomoe friends?
can make a perception and investigation check.
I'll be very happy. Perception investigation. 2.
2.
Yeah.
Um,
It's all right if you like my product. However, buy legitimate products. Don't buy the shit you have here. This one has 3 eyes.
you see one of your product, or something that looks like it. You go over to see whether it's
Yeah.
a rip-off or not.
Yeah.
Definitely a rip-off.
Oh, this is so sad.
Definitely knocked off. Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get a computer.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how we're gonna do it. We'll just be like, give them money. We'll just give them money. Give them money. Go to a computer.
Okay, so you just start handing over cash to them, right?
Yeah.
When you get to the thing, and the lady's there, and she's like, 您好，我要你要什么? You start giving her cash.
Yeah.
Just don't say anything. You just start giving her cash.
Yeah. I'll point to the computer and give her cash.
All right. Can you make a persuasion?
Nope, that's not a thing.
Is that a thing? It's not a thing, is it?
Charisma, empathy.
Charisma and empathy. Yeah, that'll do. Thank you very much.
Nope.
No?
No.
What the hell? 0 successes. She says, 你要多少 what's the word for hours? Anyway, it doesn't matter. She asks you something in Chinese and you don't know what she's saying.
Yeah.
And
Here, take
Phoenix-
more money.
Phoenix says, "Don't look at me."
I'll try and the internet cafe has internet here. I should be able to get reception.
For what?
My
not-
cell phone.
It's not free internet for your cell phone. I mean, if you pay for it, yeah, you can get a code. Yeah.
Okay. I might point to my cell phone.
Mhm.
Money, cell phone.
She gives you a piece of paper that's got some codes on it.
Okay. I'll
Um,
put them in.
and okay. All right.
then,
So you add the internet connection to your phone. All right. Cool. Yeah.
And then
It's very fast.
I'll send a message to Akira to help me explain that would like to use the computer for an hour.
Ha ha ha. So they give you the computer for an hour. Nice.
Excellent. Sweet. All right, let's go.
You get on the computer.
Yep. And also I'll message Akira to try and help me I guess try and find the location where this guy could be.
Okay.
Maybe do his best anyway.
Can you make another perception alertness check, please?
2.
2 successes. Okay.
So yeah, getting on, and then I'm going to try and track down. Is it possible to track down people with like all the internet, the places with the internet on the street?
On the street.
Yeah.
Hotspots.
and
Who's
all
your
that
your
jazz.
top tech expert that's with you?
Okay. What have I got here? My top tech guy is Akira, and he's not with us.
Okay, but you've got him on the line.
Yeah.
He says that he cannot search the IP addresses of the street very easily, and that's why it's taken so long just to get this far with it. There are businesses all up and down the street, but he says he believes that the IP address is connected to a company called China Link, who are the IP. They're the service provider that the IP address was using at the time. In fact, he says, I'll tell you what, I'll get you an address for that.
Okay.
So he does. He gives you an address a minute later.
Sweet. China link. Phoenix.
Barry,
Hmm?
you're making a perception alertness check.
I have been looking around while she's been doing that, just watching the back, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You roll 4 successes if I'm not wrong.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. You see a small gang of young men, mostly.
Are they men? I think
Mostly.
I think I have,
They are theys and thems.
yeah. Are
And-
they human?
Are they human? Oh, that's your question. All right.
Yes.
Can you tell? Do you have Auspex?
Archon Phoenix with your perception Allspecs
Alertness
level
is-
2. So let's make an Allspecs check.
Yeah.
So that's perception and empathy, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Perception and empathy, all set up to go. Just like that. Oh, it's difficulty 8 though. So I'm going to roll it again. Actually, no.
You
I'll
just go with
count
that.
the-
It's
just count
4, yeah. That's a good roll.
3, 4. Yeah, that's a good roll. Okay, so 4 successes. They appear to be humans. They don't appear to be anything other than they've got their eyes on you guys because there's a white dude and a bunch of other people who look very well to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they come up and one of them circles a bunch of computers around this whole sort of area and then walks around and starts coming back in your direction and is heading for Tomea.
Phoenix kind of gets over towards her because he'd be closer to her.
Okay.
He stands by her.
Yeah.
And if the guy is looking at him, he nods his head and goes, nods his head just like that.
Shakes his head.
That's
Yeah.
a shake.
That's shakes his head, sorry,
Yep,
just
yep.
like that. He's like, no,
To
telling
the-
him,
To the guy,
telling him nicely, don't try, whatever you.
he starts just speaking in Mandarin at you, and you have no idea what he's saying.
If I have Akira on the line.
I literally do this.
You have Akira on the line on the
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
You don't have him on the phone. You have him on chat.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, well, can't be helped. If they
just go-
start something, I'll happily end it.
All right. Well, a lot of people are looking now. There's probably 200 people in this room.
Oh my god, this is gonna be an awesome fight.
There's like 3 security guards.
I'm gonna bring out like Tomo and friends.
Okay.
Just start playing.
Take them
the-
out.
Huh?
You take your toys out.
Oh no, it's a computer game as well.
Right.
Yeah. So so as well as doing like what I should be doing. There's like a little screen which has
Right.
Tomo and friends.
Okay.
Yeah. The mobile game that'll be on the computer. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this guy's kind of just harassing you in Mandarin until finally some other people kind of interrupt him and tell him off, and then they start arguing with each other, and then next thing you know, a fight breaks out.
Between them?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Nothing to do with me. I'm
Nothing to do with you guys at this point. So you get on with your business.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can both continue to make perception and investigation checks.
Oh, I'm paying attention now. Now I'm really paying attention to
Right.
them.
We've also got Hotaru and Shinobu. Yeah.
Shinobu. Okay.
Those two will be able to handle it if they need to.
Alright.
3 successes for that one.
3
Perception
successes.
and investigation.
All right. So at that point, you have figured out the map address, the physical address of China Link,
China Link.
where you expect to find the servers that will have provided the IP connection to that IP address.
All right, I found the location.
Cool.
Write it down.
As
Okay.
for where the actual, if you can get into the logs at China Link, you could probably find the physical location of where that net address is from.
Okay. So I have to physically go there. I can't just hack in
Well,
while the fight's happening.
truly hacking. Can you make a wits and computers check, please?
I'll have this little handy drive thing, or this pin drive, stick it in. It'll install something. It's all very cartoony,
Right.
and then I'll hack the system.
Right.
It's so
Okay.
silly.
So cut to hacking sequence.
Yeah.
All right. Where the more screens you have, the more powerful hacking you can
Oh
do.
my god, it's so shit. Just 3.
3
After all
successes.
that, yeah.
3 successes. Okay.
So many dice. What the fuck?
You are fucking amazed that you bypass their security so easily. It's because it turns out that their password was something just anti-Japanese, and it was quite sort of thinly disguised and easy to see through. And so you now have the physical address of where that computer, the physical computer, must have been, with one proviso, and that is to say that with one caveat, should I say, unless they spoofed it.
Right. Okay. Well, it's worth giving a shot, but I managed to find out where it came from.
The fight's still going, and 10 policemen come down the stairs.
I quickly take my pin drive out, delete all presents.
The policemen, all 10 of them, come over to this little fight that's going on between these 3 or 4 people, and they break them up. And you're standing there sort of wondering what the fuck is going to happen now. Are they going to drag them off? Are they going to throw them in vehicles? Are they going to get it put in the gulag for the next 1,000 years?
Yeah.
The policemen literally stand there, and you don't know what they're saying, but after a couple of minutes, they force these people to hug each other.
Okay.
And then they leave. And then everybody's very well behaved after that.
Okay.
I saw this happen in a nightclub.
Okay, I love that. What an interesting way to solve a problem.
Right. It was perfect. Why do you don't need to put people in jail. You don't need to create a whole bunch of bullshit just because somebody had a fight. Just solve the problem. Fix the problem. And that was the most expedient way to do it, and they did. Anyway.
Okay.
Stand up.
Yep.
That was so freaking
After
weird.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you heading out of the internet cafe at this point?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And as you come out, you see a limousine drive past.
Does not seem right.
I miss that life.
But the fact that it is here doesn't seem right. It's a
Yeah.
limousine.
Doesn't seem to add up, does it?
Just drives past.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Just doesn't seem right somehow. Okay.
All right. So what are you doing now?
I'm gonna go to this address.
All right. So
Okay.
another awkward taxi drive later.
Yeah.
This time it's a woman taxi driver,
Yeah.
and she gets you to the location. And it's a building that's called China Link. Oh wait,
Yeah.
you're not going to China Link, are you? That's right. You
We
put the actual
bypassed
address.
that. Yeah.
Bypassed that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So the place is called the Jinma Apartments,
Okay.
which is Golden Horse, Lucky Golden Horse Apartments. And when you get there, the driver parks outside the front. There's a couple of dying-looking trees there, and there's a big, wide gate with a pole that comes down and opens up for the vehicles, but people can just walk around that.
Yeah.
And you enter into a complex of houses that look, well, they're apartment buildings that look like they are kind of cheap copies of some kind of European style from uh, like old Europe, if you like.
Yeah.
And so there's this kind of faux stylization in the brickwork, shall we say, as you go around through this place. And finally, you get to a building out the back inside the complex. It's building 4, and you're looking for apartment 3B.
Okay.
You get to building 4, and the front door is locked, but there is a strip on the thing with a bunch of buttons, and you can, like a microphone thing you can talk to, you can buzz people and stuff. Yeah. There's an electric motorcycle parked out the front of this place. It's purple.
Okay.
It's quite quiet because it's late at night now. It's about 1 a.m.
We're stuffed because we can't do what I would normally do.
What would you normally do, Phoenix?
Where's all your gear now? And who's carrying it?
Me and Jeffrey are carrying some of the gear. Because remember, I'm supposed to be her servant. Not
So you were moving it around earlier with trolleys. So how are
Yep.
you moving it around now?
Well, did we find any shopping trolleys around the place?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
I will go so far as to say that from the trolleys, you guys could remove all of the various bags and things, and you end up with stuff that looks like this, like this kind of thing. Big bags like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Zip
Okay.
up. Like,
Okay.
What is
that
in
might
there?
be a sniper rifle, but actually it's a tripod.
Yeah.
Right, so you got a bunch of bags and all this stuff packed up on you,
Yeah.
and you kind of finally put it down outside this apartment,
Yeah.
thinking about how you're going to get in.
Yeah.
You look up; it's 3 floors high.
Yeah.
There are balconies to some of the apartments.
Yeah.
At this point, it starts actually to snow.
Okay.
We should go in stealthy, like, right?
Yeah. We should.
Are there any like how do they escape if there's a fire? Is there like a ladder or something? I don't know what they've got. Wow,
Nothing.
so they're screwed.
Nothing. There's nothing on the
Okay, cool.
outside of the building that suggests anything like that.
If we find a place where I can change out of my clothes, I can mist up to the apartment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Mist, I think, is the one form that you probably don't need to get out of your clothes for. Do I want to change that?
Yeah, you're changing it if you do. that
Yeah,
dude.
please do it. It'd be a lot easier.
That dude. It
Come
doesn't
on,
make any sense.
we're in China and we've had a hard night.
It's
so
true,
far,
but if I change that, it's going to make my life a misery.
Yeah, you've
can't
already
do it.
made your decision.
Yeah, it's true. I made the decision. It was made.
Yeah.
Charlie's been running around transforming into bats and stuff and becoming naked every time, so you're going to have to suck it up.
that's why I said
Yep.
somebody can take my clothes
I thought about it, but
So someone could take your clothes off.
off. Okay.
You could do it yourself.
No. I mean, if you could keep them while I, All right. He takes off his clothes because he's not shy about that.
Although you should be slightly shy. We're out in the middle of
you
people
could just go boof into mist and your clothes would drop to the ground.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Sorry. Okay, I'm a little bit out of practice.
If you could open the door from the other side, then we can come in.
Okay. Do
Okay,
that.
Barry, you missed And
Yep.
Charlie picks up your clothes. Tomoe picks up your
Yep.
clothes.
Why would I do
somebody-
that?
Somebody does, I'm sure. Maybe not.
His retainer. did that.
Mr. Not Parker.
Yeah.
All right, he picks up your clothes.
Parker's brother.
Parker's.
I haven't
He's
been
not
over in
Parker's brother.
I haven't been to over in 900 years, so I'm not going to do it now.
Nah, fair
Yeah.
enough. Okay, so Barry, you missed in through the crack under the door, yeah?
Yep.
And then you fill up and turn back into a person, or do you stay misted for now?
I will fill up and turn back into a person when I know it's clear.
When you know it's clear, okay. All right.
Look for cameras and crap.
Okay, so you see there is a camera in the corner of the room, but you can also see the angle that it's at, and you kind of think, oh, well, if I get underneath it, it won't be able to see me.
Okay.
There's also from this room, this room has a bunch of what do you call them? Like mailboxes.
Yep.
Yep, a whole wall of mailboxes with numbers. So you can see the number 3A or 3B, which is the one that you're looking for.
It's got a name?
It does not have a name. There is another door here, which is wedged open, and it goes to a stairwell.
Yep.
And there is an elevator.
Okay. A working one?
You don't know. You'd have to press the button to find out.
All right.
It does not say anything about. Well, it would be in Chinese even if it did say something.
Yep. All right. I am going to open the door for my team.
Right. Well, here's the problem.
But,
You need a card to open the door, even from the inside.
crap.
From the outside, you need a card and a key. From the inside, you need a card, and you can just push the door open. It's got a card reader next to the door.
All right.
Parker says, not Parker, Simon.
Yeah.
Simon says to you, Archon, I do have something that might help. Can you hear me? Can you hear me through the door, sir?
The mist moves like this if you can.
Oh, you'd already filled up. You're not a mist
okay.
anymore. You're a person.
Yeah. Can I hear him?
Yep. He says, he leans over to the door and he says, I have a card here that I've used a few times in the past for breaking and entering. I don't know if it's going to work here or not, but you can try.
Yeah, just put it under the door.
Slide it under the door, right?
Yep.
Slides it through to you. Now you're going to make a wits and security check. And
Hey,
it works. It works.
Oi, hang on. I want
Sir?
to role play here.
Oh.
This is my card.
Well,
What are you doing with my... Oh, he slices down. Yeah.
you left it lying around. What am I supposed to do? All right, so wits and
You
alertness.
two are a joke. I mean, sorry, you two are funny. Is that the saying? I'm sorry.
Yes, it's all right.
Context.
Yeah.
It's all right. We are. I understand. I understand. All right, come on.
Security.
Would you like my card back now, Simon? Simon?
Yes, thank you. Hang on,
There
I'm
you
going to
are.
make a wits and security roll. Here we go.
Go, please do it.
Whoop.
Please do it.
4 successes. The door opens,
All right.
just like that. And you push it open and the team comes in.
Okay.
Okay.
You're still naked.
Can I have my clothes? Can I have my clothes? Thank you.
Parker. Might as well just call him Parker at this point.
Yeah, just call him Parker.
Simon Parker.
Yeah, it's Simon.
I don't think Parker, does Parker even have a first name?
No, he
Parker,
just
Parker.
Simon. He
Well,
was
let's just make
Parker.
him Simon Parker then.
Yeah.
He can be Simon Parker Jeffries.
I've always wondered what his first name was.
Right.
And
Simon
I just
Parker
assumed it was
Jeffries.
Parker.
That fits. Simon Parker Jeffries.
Right.
Oh,
There you
Yeah.
go. Simon Parker Jeffries. Okay. So he's kind of a multi-barrel character that exists in a
Yeah.
number of different universes at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
A little bit more or less focus on different names. All right.
All
So
right.
you're in the lobby now. It's not
Yeah.
very big. It's a tiny little lobby. It's one of the smallest lobbies you've ever been inside.
Okay.
The floor is concrete with tiles,
Mhm.
not carpet, and it's
Okay, right.
cold. You can see the breath of the retainers in the air
Okay.
as they breathe.
It's cold inside. Is it cold outside?
Is it cold outside?
Yeah.
It's cold
It
outside.
was
It was
snowing,
snowing.
remember?
Well, it just started snowing,
You see this.
but it's
Yeah.
freezing in here. Why?
You see the elevator. The elevator light goes ding, and it begins to light up, and you can see the elevator coming down from the second floor.
Okay.
I'm going to move on, take the others, and go up.
I will
Go up.
We're
move
going
on.
up the
Yep.
stairs.
You're gonna go up the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah. Always take the stairs.
All right. Well, the elevator opens behind you then, and you're like halfway up the stairs at this point, right? And you can hear a clunking bunch of freaking noise going on down there. Like, what the fuck is that? Like they're trying to move something out of the elevator that's very heavy. And there's at least two voices that you can hear speaking in Mandarin, carrying or moving something. And they seem to be having trouble getting it out of the elevator. And you can hear the doors going, and ding, ding, ding. It's making a hell of a racket.
All right.
Maybe. Do you want to do something?
No, I'm the most obvious person here, so I can't go down and have a look.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go down, and I'm going to oar them.
All right. So you step into the room and you oar them, and you're oaring a couple who have a electric motorcycle that they are trying to get out of the lift.
Okay.
Why?
One of them is carrying an extension cable over their shoulder.
Okay. I'm just getting close enough to see if I find what they are shifting to be suspicious. You see the
Well,
extension cable.
There's like a
This
power
one's
cable,
okay.
like an electrical extension cable, in one hand or over one arm, and they're trying to get this big ass motor scooter, like a motorbike. It's like a full size motorbike, except it's electric, and they're trying to get it out of the lift, and it's stuck because it's the wrong angle.
Okay. I'll try and help them using potence.
Are they? So you approach them that like, oh, booyah.
Interesting. Well, I ordered them both.
You do it anyway.
And I helped them anyway. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to make a strength and athletics check, please.
So 1,
1.
but
And
it's
that's
plus
with
2.
potence.
So yeah.
Okay. Right. You rip one of the mirrors off the bike as you just pull it through the door. And they're like, oh, no.
Try and get it out. I mean, now it's easier to get out because the mirror's gone.
Ayah! She starts.
I hand them the mirror and keep going.
They start yelling at you, and you can tell they're demanding money off you. Although you did all of them, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right, they start arguing, and you go racing up the steps.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you get to the third floor.
All right.
Up the third floor is a door, and it's locked.
Is it a key card access, or is this just a door handle and a key?
This is a door handle and a keyhole.
Okay.
It's a fairly heavy, secure door handle and key too, to be fair.
Simon,
Sir?
have you ever picked a lock before?
I have picked locks before, sir, but I'm not sure I'll be able to pick this lock. I'll try.
Okay. Do it your way.
No, sir, I don't know how to pick this lock. There's some damn thing with these tumblers. I don't understand it.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh, I want to try and open it with strength and athletics and potence.
No.
So you're going to you're going to kick it in, or are you going to push it in?
What
I was
happened to
going to-
stealth? What happened to the word
I
stealth?
was going to.
Phoenix?
You can just be like, hey, no, don't worry about it. It's fine.
I'll go. Hey, wait a minute. There's a way to do things. Right, he looks around. Any cameras around?
There are no cameras here.
Okay, grab my clothes.
Yep, you're dressed. Don't worry. Oh, you okay? Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you missed under the door.
Yeah.
Okay, you find yourself in a weird little space.
Okay.
Okay, now behind you is an elevator. The elevator exits here on the 3rd floor in this tiny little room, which is more like a corridor or a foyer.
Okay.
So there's the elevator door behind you. There's the door where Charlie is to the right of you, and there's another door in front of you. The left-hand wall has no doors. It's just a wall. It has a poster on it with some Chinese calendar on it.
And
It's
I
pictures of
will,
dragon boats.
don't tell me I need a card to open Charlie's door.
Charlie's
I
door,
do it.
not from this side. No, you can open this door. Yeah.
Okay, I open it quietly.
To make a stealth check.
Yeah, I'm solid, by the way. I look around first, and then I make myself solid when I got the all clear.
Okay. You are all clear, and you make yourself solid.
Is your character like athletic? I know you keep showing up naked, so I just need. I mean,
He is. He's got 4 in strength. He's got 5 in dexterity. He's got 4 in stamina. And his actual appearance, though, is 2.
Yeah. I'm strong. I'm strong.
uh,
You know, people, what's a person's idea of a good looking person? You know?
Yeah.
Tomoe would find find you attractive up to a point. Like, yeah, you should prefer someone Japanese.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's probably like it. Like she would find you attractive. Yeah, if your face isn't that great, she doesn't care. She's a warrior.
No,
first
he's
and foremost.
very,
And what is it? Maybe I mean, it could be the reason that he's just. I mean, he's got 2 in attractiveness.
Isn't 2 just normal or whatever?
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. 2 is pretty much normal. I was about to say because the average is between 2 and 3. There is no. You can't be average. You're either, you're either below average or you're above average, and so you're just below average in this case. But it could be a scar or something too.
Yeah.
Or a burn or anything. I don't know. That's up to you.
He's a little bit scarred on the body, definitely.
Or is he just a bit fugly in the face?
I mean, he was he was a Templar. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Templars didn't look pretty.
Yeah, he would have scars. That's for sure.
He's got scars and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you open the door, put on your clothes, and Charlie and the rest of your crew are standing in the extra waiting area and now have access to the front door to the actual apartment.
Okay.
And you can
Go
make
in.
perception checks.
Yeah.
Reception. Let's go. 5.
5. Okay. You can hear television. You can hear conversation away. At least not right behind the door, you don't think. You can that's probably it. The smell of food, human food, cooking.
All right. Well, I'm going to investigate. I'm gonna go into the area further.
All right. Well, you're now in the room where Barry is, and there is one more door,
Okay.
and this
I will-
door looks like it's at least as secure as the last door.
I take my card off my retainer.
This one does not have a card. It's a key. It's a lock.
Oh, okay. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I don't know why I bother putting my clothes on at all, really. Okay, right. I am gonna
I think misting also costs a blood point. So
Oh, it does. It does.
yeah,
It does.
just be aware to
This is our
calculate.
third blood point. But that being said, Archon Phoenix is
Oh yeah, you'd have so many.
6th generation.
You have
So-
like 30 or some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. I am being careful. Okay.
So you
All
don't have
right.
27 blood points. Oh no.
Okay. All right. I do it again,
All right.
but this time I messed up carefully because I know, you know,
All right.
I look around before I go and I don't just.
All right. So you go misting under the door,
Yep.
and your sensory perception is a bit weird when you're in mist form.
Yes.
So it's kind of like looking at everything through a haze.
Yep.
And you see there's some white dude, tall, blonde, sitting on a couch with a remote control in one hand, sitting on this big. The couch is kind of L-shaped couch in the corner of the room.
Yep.
Lots of cushions and shit there. There's a small cat that's asleep in a little basket by a ranch slider that opens out onto a balcony that looks down from the third floor. You can see snow landing on the edge of the balcony outside.
Okay.
The white guy that's sitting on the couch, he has an ashtray next to him with about must be 15 cigarette butts in it.
Okay.
And there's a pistol sitting on the couch as well, just casually laying there.
Okay.
And he's got his phone as well, but he's not actually looking at that. He's changing channels on the TV right now. He yawns.
Okay.
We're going to make you a stealth check to make sure you don't go misting in front of the TV, accidentally giving your presence away.
No.
Dexterity and stealth.
And I can't wait to get misting for bells. It's gonna be a while though. It's gonna take a while.
Whoop. Fuck. 5 successes. Okay. You're very stealthy.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Barry, to the left of the room, there's 2 steps, not very much, just 2 little steps that go up to a kitchen area where there is a brown wooden table that kind of looks a bit lopsided. There's 3 chairs around that table, brown wooden chairs. On the wall is a map of the city pinned to the wall with a couple of red pins marked into it. The table itself has got a whole bunch of books that appear to be written in Chinese, so you can't read them. Okay. There's a couple of bags and things there, and there's a door that goes off to a bathroom, another door to another room, and yet another door from there. And on the other side of this eating room, beyond the table, you see a broken chair just leaning against the wall, and a kitchen.
Okay.
The kitchen looks out with all the windows are kind of open. There's no curtains or anything, and so you can see outside through to the snow, and beyond that there is a stadium lit up in the distance. Not all that far away, actually, maybe a few hundred meters away.
All right.
There's cooking. Food is being cooked in the kitchen. There's a cooker going.
Okay. Now this seems like a stupid question, but does it look like a meal for one?
Yep. Well, you don't know. You couldn't tell.
Okay.
There's a big round metal cooker with steam coming out the top of it.
Okay. All right.
You're still in mist form.
Yep.
So there are 3 doors that you have not been through.
Yeah. I'm going to door number next door. We'll call it A.
Okay.
Go through door A with the same caution.
You start misting under that door. And okay, you find yourself in a darkened room.
Yeah.
There is a bed in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
There is a closet.
Yeah.
There is a bunch of gear, bags. There's a table with a bunch of computer equipment on it.
Okay.
You don't see any people here, though.
A?
There's no people in this room right now.
Okay.
But I'll say that the computer equipment is on.
Yeah.
But you, in your current form, you can't read computers very well.
Okay.
You can make a perception check, I suppose, would be fair.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Two successes. There's a laptop and there's a desktop computer, there's a tablet, and there's a phone, all on this table. The computer has a couple of different monitors, and it's running a number of different programs. One of them is something encryption, and just as you're reading it, the screensaver comes on.
Okay. Crap. Okay. Look around this room.
Yep, you see batteries for cell phones. You see special phone batteries that are like rechargeable batteries that you plug into your phone to give your phone more battery
Okay.
to make them last longer. You see some camera equipment, and then you see the guns.
Guns. How many guns?
Oh, a small arsenal for a single person. You would think.
Small arsenal for a single person. All right. I'm gonna go on to the next room.
Okay, you go through the next room,
Yeah.
and this is the bathroom. So there's
Yeah.
nothing much to be said about that, except
Okay.
that it's tiled and very cheap. The tiles are falling off the walls.
Okay.
The floor in here looks dry, like oddly enough. There's not a drop of water in this room, being the bathroom. It's a bit weird.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and then the next room.
Yep.
Okay, and you misting under the door to the final room. This room is also blacked out from the inside.
Okay.
So you can't see the windows. You can see where the windows are, but you can't see through them because they're blacked out.
Yep.
And there is a vampire in this room feeding right now. That vampire does not notice you
Okay.
because
So
they're
which-
too busy playing with their food. The vampire themselves, let me just double check. Out of game, it was Valentino that I said we were going with, wasn't it?
Number 13.
Yeah. Right. Okay. You will have also seen a lot of knives in that other room too.
Okay. Can I see if this vampire is Valentino?
Can you tell if it's Valentino? Well, when was the last time? You're not sure. Nobody knows what Valentino actually looks like. The only things that you do have is that Valentino is fast, usually uses blades, has assassinated four Archons. And is said to be invisible.
All right. Missed out of the, get out of the place
Yeah,
because I've checked it.
yeah. So you go back to where Charlie is.
Yep.
And you form back up in that little area by it's like a lobby, like a little tiny mini lobby
Yep.
space between the stairs and the front door
Yep.
and the lift. Yep. Okay. It's like 2 meters square, this space.
There is one human beyond that door. He is playing. He is. Oh, I'm only talking because
Right.
he is playing games. There are, and I tell about the rooms, where the rooms are. But one of them has a vampire in it feeding. I don't know if it's Valentino, but he's feeding at the moment. And the one in there seems to have an interest in knives, just like Valentino does.
Well, let's just stake them.
Okay.
I'll get an arrow out of my quiver.
You hear a phone ring on the other side of the door. And then you hear someone pick up the phone on the other side of the door. And Barry, you know who it is. It's that white guy that was sitting on the couch who was sitting there with his phone. And you just hear, "This is Mark. How can I help?" "Oh, fuck. What? Really? What? Oh, my God. Fuck. I can't. No, he's busy. I can't. He's busy. I would love to pass you over, sir, but he's fucking busy, isn't he?"
Kick the door down.
The door bursts open.
I'm going to shoot him through the head.
Mark turns around and looks at you and just drops his phone. Smash, bounce across the floor.
I'm going to shoot him.
You shoot him, roll to hit.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Dex and whatever the fuck you're good at.
Is archery.
Yeah.
Took this as a thing. So let's make sure I get this right. 6.
Whoop. 6 successes.
Yeah.
Holy mother of God. He just
right through here.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
He just falls over backwards and he makes quite a big bang because he's a tall, thick-set bloke. Hits the ground. Wooden floor, by the way.
Get out the next one.
Okay, so you take out your second arrow.
Yeah.
Skin of
Perception
marble.
alertness. Skin of marble? Nice.
Yeah. And wolf claws.
Wolf claws. Nice.
4.
All right, and Barry, your perception alertness is going to be... Drum roll, please. Well done, Charlie. You can have an experience.
Thank you.
3 successes for you, Barry. 4 successes for Charlie. In any case, you hear the door, a door in the building, in the apartment.
Yep.
Do something. Clicks or something like that.
Get in there. Come on.
Kick it in.
All right, so what are you doing?
Kick it in.
Okay, well, as so you're moving around to that door.
Yeah.
Where you saw him behind that door, right?
And I remember he's fast, so have I got celerity?
Do you have celerity? We'll just go through your powers briefly. Is that all right?
Yep.
It's all good.
Okay, so you have potence 2, celerity 1, dominate 2, fortitude 2, auspex 2, protean 1,000,000.
1,000,000.
Okay.
All the protean.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so skin of marble.
And wolf claws. Yep.
And wolf claws, all right. So you smash the door in?
Yep.
That's your plan. Okay, so you just charge into it basically and smash it to pieces.
Yep.
It flies open. At that point, you see this individual has already left the body of the mortal that they were feeding on.
Yeah.
In the corner. And they're not where you were expecting them to be, not where they were last time.
Okay.
So can you make a dex and dodge roll, please? Yeah. Yes, I will, says Barry.
Yeah.
Thank you, says Russell. Russell rolls the dex and dodge. Dodge. Here we go. Ooh.
It's pretty good.
Okay. A sword goes into the wall next to you, and you barely get out of the way of it. And then it goes back out again. And you realize that this person is just around the corner where the closet is.
Yeah.
Charlie, what are you doing?
I'm going to.
You've seen the blade.
Yeah, it's really cool. Well, I think that Missy would be all over this guy. In a platonic way. So basically, Tomoe is going to use a blood point to do celerity. She has 3, so that's 4 turns, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to go in with her bow.
All right.
Quickly turn and take a shot.
Okay. The room is quite small and restrictive, and so the ability to pull the bow back to full extension is not big enough. So you need to move further into the room than you were hoping in order to do that. So that
That's
means using 2 moves, 2 actions.
Yep, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yep. And
Roll to hit.
okay. That's right.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I have never in my life ever
What's that? What is she
9 successes.
Oh, you saw a
my
Sage do
God.
that 2 sessions
That's
ago.
my girl.
I saw
That's my
Sage do
girl.
something like that, but was it 9 successes? It was like
It
8 or
was-
7 or something,
It
wasn't it?
was not. It was
Yeah.
9
Was
to turn a song into Italian.
Oh my god,
This
that's
is-
that's right.
this is
That is
archery.
crazy shit. 9 successes.
Yeah. Dodge
Okay.
that motherfucker.
Well,
I'll say something along those lines in
Along those lines?
Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah.
thunk. The body of the individual just slides to the floor. Arrow sticking out of his chest. He's staked.
Okay. If I
Mistake.
taste his blood, will that be able to tell me if it's him?
You would be 1 blood point bloodbound towards them, though.
Yeah, but that would tell us it was him, right?
Let's not do
I
that.
don't think you can do that. You don't have thaumaturgy.
Yeah, thaumaturgy will do that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, how do we check if we got him? Because nobody knows what he looks like.
We could dominate. We could dominate him, or we could just take him in. He is staked.
Well, we'll take him in, but how are we going to get a body out of here?
I'm keeping my eye out for, just in case there are other threats. Like this might not be him.
He might not.
So I'm gonna go over to his computer. So start investigating.
Okay. All right. So,
Plug in my pin drive.
do you want to make
cute hacksies.
Are you making an investigation check or a computer check?
All provision.
Like if you're just investigating and you just want to sort of find out how good the gear is and what sort of gear it is, that's one thing.
Yeah.
If you're actually trying to get into the computer and find out what's in it and on it and so on, that's more of a computer check.
1 of each.
One of each.
Possible.
Yep. Cool.
What's the
So
main
intelligence and computer and obviously wits, not wits, perception and investigation.
stat? Okay.
If you roll 9 successes again, I quit.
Weirdly.
0 successes. So you went from 9 to 0. Okay.
Shit.
This
Well,
stuff. What you realize is this stuff is all knockoff Chinese stuff, and it's been custom built. So it's really hard to tell how good the stuff is. You realize that definitely this knockoff stuff's gotten really good, though.
Yeah.
You're impressed with how well it runs.
Hmm.
But yeah, and the other thing, okay, so now you can make your computer check.
So 7.
7 successes.
Yeah.
All right, so okay, so because it was already running and he was here, he didn't have it set up with a long security lockout on it. So you just move the mouse and it wakes up. And you don't have to go through the security on it.
Yeah.
So you're able to find immediately there are tabs open for an email account and a couple of different web addresses, a bunch of different apps, including all sorts of hackery business for getting around firewalls. VPN software. And a list, a document called the Justica's Office.
Justica's office. Going into that.
You open that document, and there is a list of all the people and staff, including yourselves, that work for the various Justicas. For 4 Justicas, not all 7 of them, but for 4 of them. And there's photographs. There's quite a lot of details.
The photographs of me.
Yep.
Do I
Not
look
very
good?
good. Not very good ones. They're from a distance with telephoto lenses. You know, across long distance yards. There's a photo of you at an archery range, taken from a road or a hill or something. You know, or a fence perhaps.
Yeah.
Kind of high angle. Phoenix. Pictures of you are like entering nightclubs and stuff like that, like doing some sort of bust. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of recordings.
Okay.
And at that point, you realize that this guy has been tapping your communications, not your personal communications, but the Justica's office's communications. And so they haven't gotten every single thing, but they've been tapping certain phone lines for what seems like a couple of years now. So there's a vast amount of information. And there's another document where it's called it's Mark's shared document. And in Mark's shared document, Mark, by the way, is the guy lying on the floor outside with the arrow in his head.
Yeah.
Mark's job was apparently to go through these recordings and type them up and transcribe them into, typing into written language.
Yeah.
And so he'd been through quite a lot of that. And these documents are searchable. In the emails, these documents have been sent to a number of different people. Those email addresses are very hard to decipher because you don't know who they are. But do you guys want to make another investigation check, please?
Yeah, I will.
Deception.
Because I've been
This
looking
might
over
be
it.
this might be more Barry than Charlie, because
Very good,
Charlie's
very good.
busy.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Yep. Okay, so perception investigation. Barry is going to be. That's all, folks. Investigation. Here we go.
Oh man.
Oh, 1 success. Damn it. Yeah, you find this what looks like it might be a false bottom on the bottom of a cupboard.
Okay. Open it. Carefully.
All right, carefully.
Might be trapped.
Okay. It just falls open, actually, and there's a whole stash of money and passports. Those passports are for this guy whose the names in the passports are not Valantino, obviously, because that would be stupid.
Yeah.
But a bunch of other names, random names. And the guy outside as well, Mark, he has a bunch of passports too. He was obviously his ghoul.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I will.
You can also, at this point, you notice there's like a high-pitched noise coming from the kitchen.
Okay.
Is that the smoke alarm?
Like a rattling noise with it.
Simon.
Like, okay.
Si-
Yeah, Simon goes off and he comes back a minute later and he says, I believe someone's dumplings are cooked, sir.
Oh, good. Are you hungry?
Actually, I might.
Are you really going to eat them?
Why not?
I got-
I'm not going to let them go to waste.
That
This
guy.
is a shithole. I mean,
The guy with the arrows.
he says the
just
word in
died.
Japanese.
The guy with the arrows just died, eh?
The first guy just died. He got shot in the head. The
Yeah,
second guy was staked in the heart.
Is he still feedable?
Feedable.
Yeah. Can I still eat on him?
The first dude?
Yeah. Yeah, the arrow guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take some of his blood.
You know he's a ghoul though, and that his Dometer is alive.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't really care about it, but it would affect me.
What we've never really explored that. So what happens there?
I think there is a superstition. Maybe it might not be a mechanical thing, but I think like in the game the mechanics don't actually, it doesn't actually affect the mechanics. But I think that vampires would be superstitious about drinking from the ghoul of another vampire, because ultimately you're drinking another vampire's blood.
Yeah.
And so if you drank enough blood from a ghoul, you would eventually get bloodbound to them. And I think that vampires, I don't know, it would be weird, wouldn't it? You'd be thinking that the whole time. You're drinking out of someone's ghoul and you're going, oh,
Yeah, good
this is someone
point.
else's
Good
blood. I don't know
point.
if I
Good
want to drink
point.
this.
Yeah, no.
It's not really something we
I'll
covered.
relay that. Yeah.
I will probably never enforce it as an actual thing, but I do think that it would be like a social construct that you would feel badly about.
Unspoken thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, I won't.
Is
Which
there-
case,
I mean, you don't need to feed either, because you've got so much blood. You've got 27, 25 blood points at this point.
okay. All right.
Is there something that I can use to take the information from the computer and put it onto something smaller?
Like a flash drive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my one. Maybe I have another one. Maybe I have like a key ring of them.
I'm guessing you've got like multiple flash drives. Your ghouls have got extra flash drives. This dude here's got flash drives.
Yeah.
So you can
I'm
easily
gonna take
do that.
everything.
Actually, 2010, you could feasibly be burning DVDs off as well.
Like, Do you
Okay.
think so?
It's more, probably flash drives are more realistic.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Okay.
doing that, and then I'll delete everything.
Well, we pretty much got him alive, but the trouble is going to be which I'm bringing up with you now. Trouble is going to be transporting him around. How are we going to do that?
How have we done it in the past?
Well,
That's right.
normally I'm in England, so it's not a problem. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Parker,
Yes, sir.
It's so
do
weird.
you think during the day you could buy us a truck?
I'll do my best, sir. It's going to be difficult. Don't speak any Mandarin. I thought our first priority was to find a guide. We got here and we completely ignored that priority.
This may be the target right here. Maybe.
This here is the target, you think?
Maybe, I think. Nobody's ever seen him.
Well, why don't we cut his arms and legs off and stick him in a suitcase? Just carry him out.
Stick him in a suitcase.
Very intelligent way of doing things. I like
yeah,
that.
yeah, it's not like I haven't done that before.
What about you? And I question the staked Valentino, if it is Valentino. What do you think? You're good. You're good with that.
He's not
Sounds
doing
like he's good
anything.
with that.
He's pretty paralyzed.
All right.
He does love his swords. Do you want the
Interesting.
pleasure?
Yeah.
We've got samurai. Yeah. Got
Yeah.
katanas.
Would you like to? After all, he was your hit.
I think I shall.
Okay.
So just very quickly, out of game. In 4 minutes, we're going to close down.
Yeah.
So let's briefly and quickly discuss how you get him out of here and what happens next.
We literally cut his arms and legs off.
Are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we put him in a bag.
Okay, like a trash bag,
Yeah.
and then put the trash bag inside of
Yeah.
a suitcase, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then basically you reverse the process of how you got here.
Yeah, I meet up with what's his name. We meet up with what's his name again. Off we go.
All right.
And then
Congratulations. You have secured Valentino, number 13 on the red list.
and let's hope that everyone has like checked over their technology, because like if he was able to like bug us and everything, we've got an issue.
Oh
So,
yeah,
yeah.
there's things to be discussed in the
Yeah.
Justica's offices. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And out of game, I think that your characters will be kind of instrumental to having fixed those bugs and come into a certain amount of status due to the success of this mission. So
Excellent.
well done, congratulations.
It's easy when you
Because
got a
your
good
characters are
teammate.
ridiculously overpowered, I'm not going to give you experience points.
So overpowered.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you have any willpower points that you've lost, this is the end of the story.
Okay.
So you can go back to full for everything. Cool bananas, a 2-shot. Although really it was a
2-shot.
1-shot, because this was a 1-shot in and of itself, and the other one
Yeah.
was a separate 1-shot that had nothing to do with this.
Well, thank you, Charlie. It was a lot of
You
fun
should-
working with you.
You should come up with a character that can play with Mercy.
Yeah, let's do that. So when you've got time, Russell, we'll come up with a character that can play with me.
I think also, I mean, maybe getting some feedback from Charlie about that might be useful, because otherwise we could be creating a litany of characters that come and play with Mercy, and Mercy just kills them all.
No, well, Mercy doesn't kill like that.
Well, that's true, but she might just ignore them and
And
fuck off.
the reason why she like lost all that humanity is because of your character, Jason Newberry. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
I
yeah.
can
He's the one-
believe you. I can believe
So
you.
look,
He's the
what
one
are
like
the
vampire
requirements?
orgy.
What are the requirements? I'm going to stop the recording too, because we've just finished our 1-shot.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye bye everyone. Thank you for
Bye.
watching. Cool bananas. Good night.